What's up, homies? Welcome back to the finale reaction for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I don't know how 6 weeks passed by us, but here we are. The most glorious moment is upon us.
So good. I'm nervous. I'm excited. Like you said, Adam, I don't know how this went by so fast. I remember the very first episode just like it was yesterday. I'm just wondering where everything went.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, I don't want a season 2 immediately. I just kind of want to know. It's like you, Augustine. I'm nervous. I want to know how this episode's going to end and where these characters are going to be, dude. What's going to happen?
Yeah, because I don't know how they're going to come to any kind of like a resolution at this point because everything's up in the air. I'm expecting a giant fight today, and I don't know what's going to result of it. I mean, Thanos showed us that it could be anything.
Yeah.
They could lose spectacularly.
True.
Like, it leads into something bigger, you know? It could lead into a season 2. Or Sam could just be like, hey, I'm new Cap now, just like Adam's tweet the other day.
I think the thing that everybody's super stoked to see is how comic book accurate the suit will be translated into live action.
So you think there's multiple things in the box?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You think there's a whole arsenal of Wakandan weaponry?
Don't forget, Augustine, when Shuri designed the most recent Black Panther suit, it all fit in a necklace, dude.
I know
they are very good.
They got that shit on
very
lockdown.
good at storage.
Very efficient, very compact.
They go to the container store and they're like, "What is this? This is terrible. Look at this.
Such a waste of space." Let's do the guy. Just remembered with the boxes here. Let's go. Let's get in this episode. Let's jump in.
You guys ready for this? Without further ado, the finale of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Season 1, Episode 6, One World, One People. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Here's Carly Morgenthau. This is a great actor, and I kind of don't want her to be taken off of the MCU board. Right, yeah.
Right, yeah.
All right, we're in New York. Where's Spidey? Right? He's got to swing in and help.
Oh, yeah.
Sam already opened the case and put on the suit.
Some people were going back and forth of like, is he going to have the wings or not?
Yeah, I don't think there's any. Oh.
It's me.
Sharon, what the hell are you doing?
Cool.
Jesus Christ, it's Ethan Hunt.
I hear pardons aren't all they're cracked up to be anyway.
Depends on the
Dude, I think she's still the power broker. I think she's the bad guy.
She is.
So
I think she is.
I wouldn't be surprised if
And
there's
I
some
think
like
that's a
revelatory
scroll.
scene later.
I think that's a scroll flying through the air, you guys.
You and the damn scrolls.
Oh my gosh.
And that's definitely Terrigen Mist.
Bro, your references are out of control.
I know, right? I'm swinging for the fences here.
All the comments are going to be great.
Oh, no.
Jeez.
Oh! Ooh! No manches!
Look at this. Look at this. Classic.
It's just like the comic book, man.
There's so much
really
white
is.
on this suit. It's so good.
It was interesting that people pointed out that John Walker's suit lacks white, which usually is like purity and hope. And I'm like, oh, interesting. I never thought about that.
You cost me
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
new bird costume. Maybe a baguette, a few French fries.
Can Sam do anything against this guy? Like,
yeah, man. This guy's just a normal guy. He's an incredible savate fighter.
Yeah, but even Cap had a little bit of a problem with him.
Yeah, because he's a good fighter. But you can't forget, dude, Sam Wilson ran around his house a lot. This dude is fit.
That's true. He did a lot of laps around the house.
Sharon, what are you up to, Sharon?
Sharon's up to something.
Oh, God. Yep.
Biggest lock you've ever seen. Explosive?
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Super high-tech lock. I just want this new Captain America action figure, man. I love that suit.
Uh-oh. Oh, it was a tracker. Terrigen misted him.
Come on, Sam.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
Nice. Ooh.
I just realized that the wings are retracted into his thing.
Yes.
His suit.
Backpack, yeah.
Oh, that baller.
That was some tight shit.
They know how to design some shit, man.
It's just like the first episode.
Yeah, I guess the first episode really was a nice tee up to what the finale was going to do.
Yeah,
those are good shots.
The VFX look awesome.
Whoa! I love how the caption said Captain America grunts.
Red Wing.
Yeah.
See if anyone in there has flight training.
Oh, sick,
Red
you got a
Wing's
new
back.
one.
A new one.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm flying that chopper, homie. They ain't saying it back.
Say it. Say it.
One world. One people.
Oh, jeez.
They need some orange slices for sure.
Oh, that's nicely done.
Okay. Wait, so
Cool.
What?
Shield and the wings.
That's
Cool.
rad.
I'm into it.
oh my god. Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Instant cool points. Instant cool points.
The style is just
Oh my
chef's
god.
kiss.
Oh, he launched himself.
That's one way to do it.
That was a little clunky, but all right.
It was
Yeah.
very clunky. It was very clunky.
Oh my god.
They're gonna kill these hostages.
Jeez.
Hey, those are super armored trucks though, so
Oh, he can't get it
Oh.
off because of that thing on the door.
Bust the windows, man.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
US
oh,
agent.
No, it's
Oh, the shitty shield is actually not too bad.
I didn't mean to kill your friend. I don't want to hurt people that don't matter.
Oh, my friend didn't matter.
You don't think Lamar's life mattered?
Not to my fight.
Ooh. Those are the welds.
This man is going to kill all these people.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm actually very
Bucky
surprised.
unleashed.
Oh my god, dude. Look at him pulling a Steve Rogers.
Come on, nice.
Oh no, the shield looks janky.
Did it already have
No
a dent in it?
vibranium. Yeah, he's about to unleash the wrath of God.
Oh,
He
that's,
put his medals of honor
yeah on
as
the
a
back of
reminder.
him.
That's intense, man.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Ooh, nice
nice
landing.
recover.
Superhero landing.
Ooh,
Ow.
Jesus.
this fight is intense.
Whoa. Jeez.
Oh, Sam.
Sam doesn't have any super soldier serum in him, so
You're gonna
owie.
get wet. You're
For
gonna
that.
get wet.
And a bird.
This ass whooping.
He's gonna
He's gonna reach over.
Is he gonna fly through the plane and grab him?
What?
That was amazing.
Oh, took that dude out.
Took the pilot out, and she just
That
takes
was
over.
so good. Are you kidding me?
Dude, I love how good he is with the shield.
Nice work, Isla.
Awesome.
You gotta unleash Buck.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's what he's
jeez.
trying to do.
Okay, Spider-Man with some webbing would be really helpful right about now. That's all I'm saying.
Can you imagine if he showed up?
Yeah, I can.
That would be
That'd be
amazing.
amazing.
It should happen. Here's
Catch it.
Walker's biggest mistake is that he's going to go for vengeance. And
Is he though?
Is
Lamar would want you to go for
he?
the.
I think he's gonna go
gonna-
for the truck.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go for the truck.
Yeah.
He went for the truck. Toss that janky
Hell yeah,
shield.
dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think Walker's going to have a future in the MCU as a complicated
Yeah.
antagonist. you
But I
know,
think
with the
like
code.
that's
Yeah.
in my opinion what I find intriguing about him is that he has that.
Yes.
Oh no!
Are they
He's gonna-
all gonna catch
Is
it?
it gonna
Oh.
fall on him?
Oh dear Lord, Cap.
I think it's caught on the. Is it Sam?
Damn, baby! Look at this guy.
What? Oh, Sam! There's two Red Wings.
With his
Oh my
jetpack.
God.
He's Captain America.
Oh, let's go, baby!
This makes me feel good.
Yes. Cut the check.
Ooh.
Black Falcon.
That's the Black Falcon.
That's Captain America.
That's right. That's
Captain America.
That's
Oh,
right,
that
homie.
makes me happy.
That's right. Charlie, chill out, homie.
Oh, here comes Sam.
Woo! Those wings.
That's some sleek ass shit.
Uh-oh.
Oh, come on,
Sharon.
guys. I bet it is.
No, no, it's Batroc.
Well,
Zelita.
remember who hired him? It was Sharon, right?
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
She's the power broker. Come on, man. Her intentions have not been clear this entire time.
She's the one character in this entire season that I'm like,
Yeah.
And I don't know if if it's purposeful or if it's like
It's
kind of
purposeful.
a failing of the show in terms of it
No.
not being super clear.
I think it's very.
I feel
on
like by the
purpose.
end of this episode, we'll be like,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
you're setting something up.
Yeah.
Does that mean that Sharon's going after Carly?
Probably.
David, is that you?
No.
Drop your weapon,
It's
Carly.
the power broker. Yep. Sharon's gonna shoot her. Augustine?
She's a scroll.
More than you.
Yeah. Augustine. I honestly think Sharon Carter might be a scroll.
Yeah.
No joke.
I don't do blackmail.
Oh,
she
whoa,
just took
oh.
him out.
Is that it for Batroc? Oh, and she got shot in the
and-
gut.
and
And
Sharon
dude,
got
she's about to
shot.
turn into a scroll. She's about
Yeah,
to turn into a
congrats.
scroll with an abdomen wound. I swear to God, I'm serious. And then the hunt's going to be on for like, where's Sharon? Where's really Sharon? And it's going to lead into the Secret Invasion storyline.
Let me help
Ooh.
Yo, they got Amelia Clark and they got
Yeah.
Olivia Colman. Let's go.
Carly, don't.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
I love these.
Sam,
Look at Sam. Goddamn.
Stay down.
He's not gonna stay down.
I can do this all day.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Oh,
He's
I
gonna
hope
say,
he says I could do this all day.
he's going to say, shut
gonna
the hell
cry.
up.
The hell up.
Mercy bears richer fruit than strict
Oh,
justice.
this douche.
Lincoln? Really? Great man.
He-
Great quote. Not
When you say it.
He's not fighting you for a reason, you ding dong.
Yeah, stop.
What are you going to do, Carly? You're going to take the shield? You're going to shoot Sam?
He's got wings though. He's still got that protection.
Yeah, is the bullet gonna ricochet off of him?
Oh, Sharon. Carly. I like the way this is ending, though. I think it's fitting that it ends in a failure, and it's going to affect
Hard
Sam,
lessons
and
being
it's-
learned on the first big
Yeah.
mission.
And this whole series is about hard lessons being learned.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, Sam didn't want this.
Oh man, that actress was great.
Plus, I also feel like Sharon's definitely trying to cover some stuff up.
Yeah, Sharon's
Yeah.
got a lot of ulterior motives.
about
She's
this.
not showing her cards.
Yo, she's the power broker. She takes up the identity of somebody who was connected to the Avengers, but then that they didn't come into contact with for 2 years.
Yeah.
She's the power broker. She sets up a base in Madripoor, and then she starts manipulating the flag smashers to destabilize world governments. That's the Skrulls, baby. Oh,
Damn.
that's a great
Wow.
superhero pose right there.
Oh,
Wow, he looks like an angel.
I loved it. Very
Yeah,
angelic.
that was great.
Do you think it is fair for governments to have to support?
everyone's
Yeah.
recording.
And the people who reappeared only to find someone else living in their family home. They just end up homeless.
That's what happened to Aunt May.
You know what? You're right.
Help me understand.
We finally have a common struggle.
Let's solve this together. Let's solve this together.
I'm a black man carrying the stars and stripes. What don't I understand? Every time I pick this thing up, I know there are millions of people out there who are going to hate me for it. The stares, the judgment. And there's nothing I can do to change it.
Isaiah.
No super serum, no blonde hair or
Oh,
blue eyes.
it makes me feel great. He was hearing Sam. He was hearing what Sam was saying, and that's a huge moment.
We can't demand that people step up and we don't meet them halfway. Shit, you can move borders. You can knock down a
Oh, it's our dude.
feed 1 million people.
Do the right thing.
Look, you people have just as much power as an insane god or a misguided teenager. The question you have to ask yourself is, how are you going to use it?
This is the job. This guy gets it.
He's had it in him the whole time. That's
From
this
the
is
beginning,
Sam's character. Yeah, this is
I
who he's
love
been.
Sam Wilson.
Sorry, I was texting, and so all I heard was black guys.
Buck, come
Nice
on,
job,
man.
Cap.
Nice job, Cap.
We got eyes on the last flag smasher that fell into the Hudson. He's hurt, but not down. Can you help?
My man.
Always.
Gotta go pick this fool up.
Is it the one who earned his ass whooping?
Yep. I feel like there's still so much more to
Yes.
cover, though.
We're not done. Ooh, they're all going to the raft.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to the raft.
Somebody's watching from the shadows. Mother, they're not going to the raft.
Oh, very
Nope.
sneaky.
Nope,
Very,
nope,
very
nope, nope.
sneaky.
Sharon is playing everybody.
You think?
Yep. Whoa. Wait, what?
Who's this old farty?
Was that Baron Zemo's old man
Yeah,
from
it
the
might have
plane?
been, yeah.
There were no suspects in the bombing. The group had opposed the global relocation efforts of the GRC, who just this week had announced changes in their
I think you're right. It was the
Yeah, that was Baron Zemo's guy.
Is that Julia Louis-Dreyfus? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is he gonna come out in his new suit?
Yeah, U.S. agent. Yep. This is
There you
great.
go.
I'm gonna need this action figure as well.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now this is more like it.
Looks good.
It's the same, but black.
That's the comic.
Where's the shield?
So when they do, we're not gonna need a Captain America.
We're gonna need a U.S. agent.
We're gonna need a U.S.
There you go.
That's great. That's great. This is fun. So she said things are gonna get weird.
This has to be leading up to something like Secret Invasion, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
Oh, here we go. You know where he's going.
Oh, he's gonna go
Making
meet his best
amends.
friend.
Yeah, I love this. This is pretty much checking everything we had on our list. I can't think of anything.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I need to talk to you.
It's late. Come in before someone calls you.
This guy's great. New York,
he's good.
man.
I have to tell you something about your son.
Oh no,
He was murdered by the Winter Soldier.
by me.
That was
Oh,
me.
fuck.
God damn.
Why? I didn't have
Wrong
a
place at the
choice.
wrong time. Oh my god.
Where do you go from there? Like,
This is why I love the character of Bucky, because he's such a broken character. But like,
Yeah.
that's the whole point. Is it where do you go from here? Where do
yeah,
you
what's next? What? Yeah.
the whole list, everybody crossed off, and that's Steve's book.
Okay.
Hey.
Progress for Buck.
Little Amazon gift card in there. Little
Yeah. Little thank you.
Little your subscription to Spotify.
Yeah. Little Starbucks action going.
Yeah,
We're back with Isaiah. Uh-oh.
I love
Oh, what's gonna
This-
happen?
I did not
boy.
expect this, and this is making me very happy.
Oh.
And then
You
Eli,
again.
Ooh,
he saw it
Eli's.
too.
Come on, Black Falcon.
He ain't a Falcon anymore, but he's still black. I heard the GRC was standing down on those plans of theirs, so you must have done something right. I ain't gonna lie. You're special.
Oh, Isaiah.
Wow.
I mean, you ain't no Malcolm, Martin, Mandela.
Yeah.
No argument.
Yeah.
So, a black Captain America, huh?
That's right.
Damn right.
That's right.
Fight you taking on ain't gonna be easy, Sam.
That's not a light tree, you guys.
I know.
It's not a light tree.
We built this country, bled for
That's
it.
right.
Yes, you did.
I'm not gonna let anybody tell me I can't fight.
Oh,
Ooh.
Not
oh,
after what everybody before me went through, including you.
man.
Shit.
Man, do you ever lighten up? Nope.
Nope.
Hey, why don't you clean up? There's something I want to show.
Oh, please,
Oh,
God.
Are they gonna
He's
go to
gonna
the
bring him to the
museum?
museum. He's gonna have a display for him.
Oh, please, 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 at the Smithsonian, right?
Oh
Yes.
Yep.
my God.
Yep.
Augustine, was it you that called this? Adam,
No,
was
it was
you that
you.
called this? It
I
was
think
me.
it was you, Hector, that called this.
I just said I wanted Isaiah to see Sam in the suit.
I remember one of us saying it. I don't know who it was.
And he's holding his grandson's hand.
Now they'll never forget what you did for this country. Never.
Brought this man back to life.
A hug. Oh my God.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
That's powerful.
Yeah. And is that the last shot of the show?
Oh,
Almost.
some scripts, some corn, some
kidding me?
pecan pie.
Now, is the business doing well because it's Captain America's business?
I want to go to this party. I need some scrimps in my life.
We got to add New Orleans to our
We do.
Yeah.
to go on a tour on
I
because
love these two. I love these two.
New Orleans. Yeah.
There was a little part of me that was hoping we'd see Don Cheadle in the finale.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was hoping it'd be Don.
I told you. I fucking told you.
There it is.
I
Captain
told
America, the
you.
Winter Soldier. Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a great episode.
Wait. Post credits, guys. Post credits.
Oh, God damn it. Come on. I'm so satisfied that one thing that I really wanted happened.
Yeah.
Captain
Oh,
America
man.
and the Winter Soldier.
So this gave us kind of a little bit of a closure on this story.
Yeah.
It does a really good job, or did a really good job giving us closure for certain things that I think were very important to Sam's journey.
Yeah.
But also left opportunities open that can be threads that can be picked up in the future for whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool.
Yeah, they did lay down a lot of groundwork for potential new things. But
what do you guys think the mid credits is going to be? I think it's going to be Sharon as a scroll, straight up.
Probably. It's going to be Sharon related. I don't doubt it.
In order to see what was there, I hovered over the timeline. So you may be right.
Oh,
come on, post. This is the longest credit scene ever.
I know.
I'm excited. I would be excited for a Captain America movie or a season 2 of this show if we get to spend more time with these guys.
Yeah.
And, either way.
I've loved Anthony Mackie for years. Like, I think he's such a fun actor and he's so great. Every time he does the press tour, I'm like, God, I always hope that we would get more of him.
Right.
And Sebastian Stan kind of surprised me. Not that I never thought that Sebastian Stan wasn't entertaining or fun or funny.
I hear you.
But I feel like we finally let Bucky breathe a little bit. And instead of just kind of being like Winter Soldier, he got to really be James Buchanan Barnes, a character we hadn't seen since like the 40s.
Right.
And he really got to like put his own, he got to be himself and put his own spin on it and deal with the trauma. And I love that.
When he said that line, if he was wrong about you, then he was wrong about me. That line killed me.
Oh.
I'd like to offer you and your family our sincerest apologies.
Are they giving her a pardon?
Carter name has always been synonymous with service.
She is a Carter.
They have really used this room a lot in this show.
Yeah.
Thank you, Senator. I've been waiting to hear those words for a long
So
time.
now she's got a high-ranking position.
I'd like to offer you a full pardon.
Full pardon.
It would be my honor.
Welcome home,
Agent Carter.
Agent Carter, there you go.
I am a little suspect
I'm
of what's
very
happening
suspect
here.
about all this right now.
You shapeshifter, you some bitch. You don't end on the shot like that and not make me suspect something.
Oh,
Here it is. I'm in.
We're about to have full access to government
Armor
secret
Wars?
prototype weapons.
Maybe.
You name it. Should be something for everyone.
Who's she talking to? That's it? That's all we get? Oh.
Son of a
should be
bitch.
something for everyone. She's working for a team.
You think they're setting up like the Masters of Evil or
Thunderbolts.
Yeah, it's possible. There's just so many possibilities. I was almost expecting Ben Mendelsohn to be on the other line or like some other scroll to be like,
yeah.
plans are proceeding as
I mean, when we
Yeah.
when we look at the things that are coming down the pipeline, Secret Invasion obviously is a big one, and they've been talking about the casting in the last couple days with Sam Jackson, Ben Mendelsohn, Olivia Colman, Amelia Clark. But then, we've got Armor Wars with Don Cheadle, and I know that the pitch for Armor Wars was like, what if tech from the world of Tony Stark's world fell into the wrong hands?
Right.
This kind of feels like it's potentially like lining up to be that a little bit. So I think it's very possible that we might see Sharon Carter pop up again in Armor Wars. And
I mean,
I think
she's double crossing the government. Like she's gonna pop up.
The fun thing is that there are all of those elements you just mentioned, Adam. All of those like spinning plates can lead to a very like earthbound, government espionage focused Marvel through line. Whereas like we haven't really learned what the next Thanos level threat is going to be, what the next Avengers level threat is going to be. My money is still on it being Kang the Conqueror, who we're going to meet in Ant-Man 3.
Jonathan Majors,
So the sort of time travel aspect of it as like a villain, as a threat. Not to mention, is Doctor Doom going to be in Fantastic Four? Not to mention, when are the X-Men coming and are we dealing with Magneto, so on and so forth. But at least until then, it seems like the MCU is really leaning into, okay, we're going to get back to a bunch of these like government style storylines and characters and threats and, terrorists and freedom fighters and all of these types of characters, because it's Armor Wars, because it's Secret Invasion, because it's all that stuff you said. Even like Hawkeye could deal with it. Even like all of these like really just like character-based storylines. Meanwhile, we're not going to see Wanda again until next year in Doctor Strange, and it's like, what wackiness is that going to lead into? Meanwhile, when we get to Ant-Man, what wackiness is that going to lead into? But for now, this is cooling off period to be living in post Thanos, to really be like, okay, and let's get back to the governments. What's happening? How's everybody reacting to this? And what kind of stories can we get out of this this direction? So
I mean, it makes absolute sense, because an event like the blip, like the snap, would be such a globally destabilizing situation that, of course, people are going to try to take advantage of this stuff. And it looks like Agent Carter changed sides somewhere along that. That whole thing. She banked on the fact that she's a Carter, and now she's a spy for somebody. I don't know who she's spying for. Is she really the power broker then? Like, is there another power broker in the shadows that she's working for, or is she the one who's bringing this evil team together, whoever it might be?
The good news is that either way, I think I'm going to be really excited about it, and I'm happy about it. If you're telling me that is straight up, legitimately Sharon Carter, that same human character that we met back in 2014, and that she has just turned evil, great. I want to know that story. What an interesting story. But if you tell me, hey, we're getting wacky with it, and she's been replaced by a Skrull, great.
Get wacky with it.
Here's the real Sharon. Is she in a spaceship? Get wacky with it. Like, and then it just gives Sharon and that actress Emily Van Camp another opportunity to come back heroically as the real Sharon, and to really live up to like the Agent Carter name. But even if she for real turned evil, great. I want to know that story.
Yeah, we got to see that. But I think what we really have to talk about in this episode, guys, is Sam. Sam making that the 180-degree turn where he was ready to melt down that shield, and he didn't feel like he was ready or worthy of being Cap. And I think this episode really showed that he accepted the mantle rather reluctantly, but he did accept it. But from the get-go, he put his own style on it. We have never seen a Captain America act this way. Well, I mean, not necessarily character-wise, but also like his moves, like his presence, everything is just so completely Sam. And like I said, when we were watching it, I was like, Sam's had this inside of him the whole time. Like he didn't have to be anything more than what he was, and that's what Cap saw inside of him. And I think it's great. I think it's such a good transfer of power, I would say.
Do you remember that moment in Captain America: The Winter Soldier when like Steve Rogers makes that announcement to all of Shield to be like, you've been infiltrated by Hydra, and he's like, but I think that it's a price that I'm willing to pay. Like the price of freedom is high, and he comes up with a whole speech, and then afterwards, Sam's like, did you just come up with that right now? Did you write that down beforehand? As a great compliment to the character of Steve Rogers, and other characters have picked that up. In the Avengers movies with Rocket Raccoon being like, he's really good at that. And Ant-Man, right? Yeah. But you said it right, Augustine. Sam has had it in him the entire time, and the speech at the end that really changes those senators. Where he's like, "You got to do better, Senator." That is 100% Cap. Yeah, that speechifying, that being able to inspire people and to be, and people online have been pointing out, they also set up Sam to be this sort of like a group therapist. This guy who works with veterans, who can lead these groups, and that was part of his introduction, and that's also part of his skill set. He can talk to people like Carly Morgenthau. I'm not going to fight you, and do things.
A negotiator of sorts.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I loved everything that he did as Captain America. Love the suit, but that speech at the end, I'm like, this is why he's Cap. This is why he's Cap.
I mean, and also the paying homage to Isaiah, like Isaiah was afraid to come out of the shadows, because he was like, you don't think I'd be dead?
Leave me dead.
Leave me dead, right?
Yeah.
He effectively brought the man back to life, is paying homage to his memory, is making sure that his history is not erased. It's making sure that he tells Isaiah that although you were done dirty, like it's not worth not fighting for still. Like it's tough. Like he made it a point to say that I'm a black man carrying the stars and stripes.
Yeah.
Like we saw this week with the George Floyd trial, like that it was a big deal for people to come together and like fight for something, right? And that's what Sam is doing in this episode. Like he didn't give up. He's just a regular dude. Well, laced with Wakandan tech now. Yeah. I mean, of course you're going to kick some ass.
Come on.
But like, he's got a slight advantage, but like he's just a regular guy who has the heart and the will and is willing to just keep going. I want him to say, I could do this all day. Like I want to see, I want him once just to like just knock that one out, you know.
I was getting choked up at the museum, man. That was a great scene.
That was a great scene. And also prediction, let's put a bet on it. When do we think he's going to say Avengers Assemble?
Oh,
is it going to be a big moment like
man.
Thanos, or is it going to be
I think it is. Okay, here's a prediction. I think the next time they honestly, earnestly announce an Avengers movie, and all of the fans and the audience members start to put together like which characters will make up those Avengers, and it's going to be Sam, and it's going to be, you know, fingers crossed, Scarlet Witch, Hulk is going to be there. It may be Jane Foster Thor, you know, it may be Valkyrie. If it's not T'Challa, I think it's going to be Shuri, Black Panther. These kinds of calculations that fans are going to be doing, like, oh my God, this is what Shang-Chi's going to be. This is what the lineup is going to be. I think that in that first Avengers movie, they're going to have Sam say it because in a way it legitimizes the whole thing. It tells the audience like, no, Avengers Assemble. Yeah, there's no Robert Downey Jr. here. There's no Chris Evans here.
But the Avengers are here.
But the Avengers are here. Yeah.
The Avengers are here.
I think you're right, actually, because that's a good way to like, because that was so meaningful in the movie because it was everybody that came back to life. Like we thought all hope was gone. And it was us solidifying that this is the team. I think from now on, an Avengers Assemble call is going to be more of an homage to that call back then. Let us know that this is the Avengers team that's going at it right now, you know? And it might be different versions of it later on.
Right.
It may even echo the moment in the first Avengers film where even though Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man was the star of the franchise, he fell down. He sort of came down from his rocket jets and he said, Call it Cap. And he handed it to Steve. He handed it to Chris Evans. And he is the one that was like, okay, here's what we're going to do. I bet you it's going to be Hemsworth as Thor or even like Ruffalo Hulk, some other like veteran character.
Cap, what do we do?
Turning to Mackie and being like, well, we need Captain America to say what we need Captain America to say. And that's going to be like, okay, Avengers Assemble. Here we go.
Tic Tac. Slow down. Tic Tac.
I can't wait.
Why don't you take a seat?
I can't wait.
It's gonna be good.
I can't wait, man.
Boy.
I think the thing that I really loved about this final episode, and a lot of it has to do with the previous episode. The previous episode did so much heavy lifting, and it did so much of the incredible legwork to really get us to this point. Because this episode very easily, because if you really think about it, it's all around one major scene, one major moment, and it's the, you know, this whole moment of like kidnapping hostage and all this stuff. And I think like that's what made that last episode so damn good, was it juggled so many things to be able to like let us focus on this one monumental debut of Sam as Captain America. Yeah. Instead of sending us to 10 different locations, it was like, no, we're going to stay in New York. We're going to focus on this one event. And we want Sam to have a huge impactful entrance. And I love the fact that the juxtaposition of John Walker, you know, his sort of public debut as Captain America, or at least up to that point, what the people had seen, the public had seen, the public perception was hugely changed when, you know, everybody saw him murder somebody, whereas with Sam was the complete opposite. And like just letting Sam have those moments, so as the audience and as like the in-world characters could really understand, like, this is what Captain America should be, what he should stand for, what he should represent, I think was like a really strong way to let Sam have his moment, really, as a character and as Captain America. And I just loved that so much. And that suit is just so damn cool.
It's so baller. Just the angles, the shoulders look good, just everything looks good. One more dangling thread. Torres.
Yeah.
He did not get any resolution with Torres. He kept the version of the wings. He's a big fan of Sam. What are we predicting for my homeboy Torres?
He's gonna show up with the wings at some point.
Yeah, I think if they don't announce a season 2 by the end of this weekend, or if they don't announce a Captain America film that will also have Torres in it as the new Falcon, that we'll see him pop up at some point. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, August.
Is it gonna be Falcon with a little accent over the O? Falcon.
That would be dope as shit. Are you kidding me? Who are you?
He comes going,
Falcon.
El Falcon.
El Falcon. That'd be fucking dope.
Exactly.
But I mean, like, that's the cool thing about this show is, you know, you have Eli, you've got Torres, you've got Isaiah, you've got Sharon, maybe, you know, whatever else, U.S. agent. Like, it's really impressive that this show was able to set up a lot of these things. And I actually really like the fact that it didn't fully resolve Sharon's story. I like the fact that there's still the mystery because, like you guys were saying,
Contessa, Julie Louis-Dreyfus is
yeah,
still in the mix.
exactly.
U.S. agent.
I like, for me, I know there's sometimes people when they watch these shows, they want everything to be kind of all the questions answered, everything wrapped up, but we know this isn't Lost. This isn't, some other show that maybe does these sorts of like mystery box elements. We know that these things that are like left loose and left open, they're going to come back to it. They're not going to leave it. They're not going to leave it an end untied and never address it ever again. They're not going to let U.S. agent or John Walker become U.S. agent and then be like, well, he's done.
Yep. Yeah.
He's going to come back. Wyatt Russell's going to come back as U.S. agent.
They gave him a fancy black suit. Like,
you don't go through all that trouble to be like, well, all right, it was fun having you, Wyatt Russell. Bye.
They know exactly who they're casting, and I think that Marvel Studios and the MCU as a franchise, they're so good at looking at a project like this and being like, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, what's the best possible storyline and focus in this show? It's got to be Sam and Bucky. Okay, and by the end of the show, Sam will be Captain America. We'll put him in a new suit, and he'll have earned it. Okay, how can we have him earn it? We've got to deal with Isaiah Bradley. We have to deal with that history. That's the core of the show. But then during the course of the show, they're like, let's introduce John Walker.
Right.
Let's introduce, although she was supposed to, appear in the Black Widow movie, apparently, Julia Louis-Dreyfus is the Contessa Valentina. Let's bring back Sharon Carter. Let's reintroduce Baron Zemo. Let's have these elements in play so that we're still planting seeds and we can get to that stuff later. Let's re-meet the Dora Milaje, a group of some of the Dora Milaje in this, just to keep that thing going and to keep those threads, continuing. But the focus is Sam and Bucky in this show, and we got it. And now he's Captain America. But I agree 100%, Adam. They know what they're doing when they bring in these characters to get to that potentiality later. Even Joaquin Torres, like he will be the Falcon at some point to keep that going.
That makes me happy.
So cool. It's really satisfying to like now have gone. This is like the 13th year of the existence of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it's weird because I never was like I never grew up reading Marvel. So like my lore is not so deep like your guys is. But, like having conversations with people who read Marvel comics and they talk about like, oh, this Captain America and this Falcon and these characters like U.S. agent. Like I had friends that I worked with years ago in high school who were like, man, someday it would be. I remember specifically one of my friends talking about a character like U.S. agent. And I was like, okay, who's this character? Like pitch me this character basically. Like, oh, that could be cool someday. But the fact that like they're doing it is so cool. Because I think a lot of times as comic book fans, we think, they'll never do it because it's too out there and it's too different and general audiences will not be into it. And it's just stick to the traditional stuff. Yeah, exactly.
To get to that,
Right.
Oh, how are we ever going to get to like Superboy in a movie where it's like, you got to explain he's a clone of Superman and Lex Luthor and there's Cadmus involved and there's this, you got to get to
damn satisfying when we get there. God damn.
I agree. I feel like I saw somebody making this comment where these stories aren't necessarily adaptations of the comic books, but they're taking like the best parts of it, which I think is really a good way to be approaching this because it gives us a little bit of that nostalgia feel. It still satisfies my itch of like, oh, I knew this character already. Like I knew this. But also it's like presenting things in a very, very cool way. It's just like the Invincible show. We're reading it live. Well, I'm sorry, we were just reading it and the story is completely reimagined, but in such a different way. And it's just the way they're doing that with this Marvel MCU next phase is fantastic, man.
So
I think
good.
It's everything that's happening so far, guys. We're so spoiled with all the content that's coming out. It's insane.
I think it shows. You look at something like 007, you look at something, these long ongoing series of movies, the Fast and the Furious, the first one's going to be 20 years old this year. It is 20 years old this year.
Yeah.
You look at all these series. I was really thinking about it this morning for no reason whatsoever. I was just like thinking about movies that are 20 years old and all that stuff. But I was thinking like, man, Marvel Studios has done such an amazing job in 13 years, let's call it 15 years because of all the pre-production process to like make 23, 24 movies. They have got like their 25th on the way. they're doing all these shows. Like, that's a really impressive thing. But it just goes to show that if you are just like landlocked and you're focused and you really like plan out what you want to do, and of course those things can change. That's life. But like, if you really like devote yourself to an idea that you really, really are passionate about, man, it's really amazing. It I don't know if it'll ever be done again to this level of success. And of course they've had misses, but I think like just the fact that they've done it and they stuck to it and they never have let like major changes and things happen as far as like we know, it's so damn impressive. And the fact that they understand like the long game is evolution. You have to evolve this universe, you have to evolve these characters, you have to stay relevant to the times, and you have to continue to give audiences something new, or they'll jump off the train and they'll never come back. And I think it's so impressive that they're willing to be like, yeah, Steve Rogers is done, we're bringing in a new Captain America.
It's a bold move because not even the comic books really do that, you know, like Captain Steve Rogers got assassinated after Civil War and they brought him back. Wolverine died like 10 times and they keep bringing him back. There's just everybody's died, everybody's come back to life.
What's frustrating is that that billboard, the Tony Stark billboard that you guys saw today.
Bring Tony Stark back to life.
Have you seen that?
No, I didn't see that.
You know what we're talking about? Oh,
wait, there's
God.
a call to bring Tony back.
In LA, somewhere in Hollywood, there's a billboard that literally says "Bring back Tony Stark."
No,
it's a fan movement, and the response to that has been wild because I saw some people they took that fan movement, this campaign that they're trying to do, and somebody said, or you could just read the comics. And I felt that because I'm like, because Tony Stark is alive in the comics and he kind of always will be. So I'm like, it's a little bit insulting to the comic book universe that people are so dying for Robert Downey Jr. to come back as Iron Man. But then the second thing that I saw that I thought was really interesting were that some people were looking at that, and I think that they were a little cynical, but maybe they're realistic, and they were laughing and they were going, I can't believe people spent money on this when they're acting as though they're never going to bring back Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, or that Tony Stark as a character would ever stop being in a movie just because these people were cynically saying this character is too popular. Yeah. And I've been having this back and forth with some folks for the past couple of years, really since Endgame, where some people are really dead set on they're like, okay, guys, when are we calling it? When is Marvel going to reboot the universe? And I'm like, no, I don't think they will.
They're printing money. Why would they?
If they did not remake A New Hope when they got the right Star Wars and they just did legacy sequels and they're just they're keeping all old Star Wars as vital and relevant as new Star Wars, and they're just continuing to do that. I'm like, I keep saying as a Marvel fan, again, I know that we've gotten a lot of the big major characters, but it's like I'm not going to be the person that says there's 6,000 Marvel characters in the universe. I'm like, there is, but that includes all like the side characters and villains and supporting characters and everything. But there are people that I have to tell, I'm like, the Marvel universe is more than Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love it.
We're like C-list, D-list characters.
Right.
I'm like, more than them. And I don't cynically see this incredible franchise and this achievement that you were saying, Adam, as them in a couple of years, just if they put out a movie that, oh, here's a Nova movie. Oh, it didn't make $1 billion. You know what? Back to the drawing board. Let's reboot everything and recap. I'm like, I don't think they're going to do that because it cheapens the thing.
We're this close to the X-Men. Do you think they're gonna reboot this at any moment? Do you know what's gonna happen?
Kevin Feige is so determined.
Jumps on this fucking screen and slashes the Hulk up.
God.
And
they're this close to just flat out buying Spider-Man from Sony. Like they're really like they're this close to attaching that Infinity Stone to their, you know what I mean? Like it's just walk through the thing. It's wild to me how some people can really cynically look at the movie franchise and go, oh, they're going to reboot it or they're going to bring back Iron Man. I'm like, no, what do you think Ironheart
They don't need to.
Yeah. This gravy train is moving. Yeah, we're moving. Man. There's so much stuff to tell in this universe. And we haven't even introduced the Fantastic Four. We haven't introduced Doom. We still have Galactus to deal with. We still have Silver Surfer. I hope one day we get to Null. Like
Miles Morales.
Crazy. Yeah, Miles hasn't been introduced.
Russell Crowe's gonna play Zeus and Thor.
And Hercules. Like beautiful example of this is when they all decided we're not going to recast T'Challa.
Right.
That to me is a huge indicator of like they're sticking to honoring what they've set up and not going back and cheapening it and rebooting it and recasting it and just doing another Iron Man Tony Stark origin movie in 20 years just because then it'll be, 2040 and they'll need to update Marvel. I'm like, no, dude, I think they're locking in with their idea that the Avengers happened in 2012 and this is it. And, I mean, the show we just watched took place in 2023.
Yeah.
They're not looking back. They're looking forward. So
guys, wouldn't it be fucking insane if in like 50 years the timeline is still ongoing?
Yes. That'd be nuts.
And Sam is now at that age where he's like passing the torch, or maybe there's already been another Captain America.
I'm not trying to be the ultimate fanboy, but I think something like that is possible because the DNA
one of the craziest achievements on film.
It's already a huge pop culture, phenomenon, and it's this crazy achievement on film. But
Kevin
the comic
you better
book,
live to be 285 years old.
I know. I'm so sad that I can't be 300 years old.
We'll take over. Kevin. I got you, boo. But like, I think the comics already set up. They do such a good job when they have played with the idea of legacy. And yes, characters have died and come back. Yes. But Amadeus Cho Hulk was a character that was the Hulk for a while.
Yeah.
Kate Bishop is Hawkeye. Miles Morales was Spider-Man in his own comic book line in a universe where Peter had died for a while before things kind of got like brought back to what the original stuff was. I think that the comics have set up enough. It's enough of a story engine that they're good to go. And then the other side of that equation is that people like Kevin Feige and the other people at Marvel Studios and the producers and everybody, they can read a book, something like Truth, Red, White, and Black, read it and pull away from it and go, there's a really good thing we can pull from this. Let's hire the right writer and let the right director come on, and boom, here we go. And that's the key. Is it's 50%. It's already all there in the Marvel comics. Their shit is good world building, and 50% the right people that know how to take that DNA. Again, shout out to Malcolm Spellman, who is the head writer of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
That's what I was literally.
Because to me, the best things and best moments about this miniseries were the conversations where Sam was having, and he's talking about being a black man in the United States, or he's talking to Isaiah Brad. Those scenes, I felt like that's Malcolm Spellman and their whole idea.
That's
really,
the essence.
That's the essence.
The essence
stuff
of the show,
with the Power Broker and the Flag Smashers and the action stuff, all that stuff was good. It was good. It was good stuff. I enjoyed it. But the heart of the show and the really mind-blowing stuff were those scenes. So amazing scripts. Kudos to those scenes. Kudos to those moments, and Malcolm Spellman and everybody who wrote those. So yeah.
And I love the fact that they've been having the same directors for the whole series. Carrie Skoglund, amazing job.
Great job. 6 episodes. She knocked it out of the park.
Out of the fucking park. Really solid. And I think that's the thing that for me kind of sets these shows apart a little bit from almost any other superhero show, really, is like having the consistency of the same directors coming in and being like, the 6-hour movie is yours. You're gonna introduce it, and you're gonna like hit the home run, and all the bases, like you're gonna send that thing home, which I think is really cool. So yeah, I agree. I think like the whole creative team who worked on this show did an amazing job, and like the cast, like everybody in the show. So nice to see Daniel Brühl back as Baron Zemo. This show spoiled us.
This whole lockdown has been interesting because we were on a Marvel drought for such a long time, and now I feel like I could barely catch up. Like there's so much stuff happening. Well, exactly. It's tough.
We've got a little bit of time before Loki, so
I know.
Oh God.
We'll have a little time to actually sleep now, you guys. So,
I know, we will.
It's
but
almost 2 a.m. It's time to go night.
Yeah, it's time to go to bed.
Holy crap. Guys, of course, we want to know all of your comments and your thoughts about this finale, about the show in general. Where do you think some of these threads will go? Where would you like to see some of these threads go? And just have fun in the comments talking about the show. I think I can't imagine there'll be too many people who have so far been loving this show who will walk out of this and not be satisfied, because I think it was such a stellar, for me, like of the 2 shows that have come out, this one for me knocked it out of the park in a very different way and was very enjoyable. And I'm just so happy for Anthony Mackie. He just seems like one of the coolest dudes in the world. So happy for him. Thank you guys so much for following along. Check out the Uncuts on Patreon. If you haven't subscribed, I don't know. At this one, you probably should have figured it out by now. But come back in June. We'll be doing Loki. We'll be doing some stuff in between as well. A few things here and there. Trailer reactions, all that kind of stuff. Until then, we'll see you in the next video.